Broad support from MPs as they begin debating the budget laid out in Parliament last week by the Finance Minister. Now, most welcome efforts to offset the impact of the GST hike and support for workers to upskill. But some are calling out less support this time for some quarters, such as working mothers and higher earning workers. The debate will continue for the next 2 days, with a total of 50 MPs slated to speak in all. First up today was the leader of the opposition, Pritam Singh.
He says the Workers' Party supports this year's budget, but cautions against creating a divide between the wealthy and the lower and middle classes. Mr. Singh warns that while the government strives to keep society open and bring in more business opportunities, it must ensure that the majority of Singaporeans do not feel insecure about their future against the backdrop of an ageing population and slowing social mobility.
To combat both the perception as well as the reality in some quarters of two Singapores inexorably emerging, redistribution must be at the core of government policies. To that extent, the Workers' Party supports the idea of a progressive society where those who earn more pay proportionally more in taxes. Equally, we honour the centrality of a strong work ethic, even as we are not only empathetic, but also sensitive towards the disadvantaged and those who need extra support.
Touching on other budget announcements, Mr. Singh asks, how will the effectiveness of the Job Skill Integrator Scheme be measured, and which agencies will have key roles in its success? On higher CPF grants for resale flat buyers, Mr. Singh voices concerns that home prices might rise to match the new grants for eligible first-timers.
There were concerns about the impact of such measures on house prices by property watchers, especially for larger flats and those in popular areas. Would they feed into higher prices and only make a future correction even sharper when the reality of lease decay for resale flats set in? I hope the Minister can share the government's thinking behind this move and the assessment of its intended effects, particularly in view of 11 quarters of growth in HDB resale prices.